like that. It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get, too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get, too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
All right, Coach, so this old place not quite done yet. There is playoff football to be played in the East Bay in Oakland, California. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Oakland Raiders. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. 8, read. Not sweetheart.
They'll start by, and right away, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And down inside the red. Zone at the 19-yard line.
They don't want it. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On first down, it's Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
But you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Set up. 90 Wolf. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? Hustle, hustle. Give me some. Give me some. Ready?
To throw on third down. Hill, that's caught. It's Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your...
Now a loose football. Coleman lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Out of the gun, Hill. That's going to be caught by Richardson.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. All day.
8 yards on the pickup.
Let's get it.
2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Watch the slant.
Christone travel.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
What we got? What we got?
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 12.
Hill now operating from the red zone. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A big loss there of 9 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Come on, set. 10-2 sauce. That's the way.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. They begin with a run by Smith. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here's Foles. He's going to float this. And got his man complete. The 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Curtis Samuel, 87 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down, Ravens.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 50-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Ravens nothing.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Second down. Here's an up. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And this is where you need the quarterback. Back to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that.
Watch safety green. What we got? What we got? Safety green.
They'll run on first down. It's Smith. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On the ground, this is Smith. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Strong left. Strong left. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Foles. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's the Raiders punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Two times. 3 down, 3 down. Now.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Zach Ertz, 30 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 1st and 10, Hill. This one complete to Coleman. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Out of bounds at the 50-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check 4, check 4.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Brissett now. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll try and throw for it here. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. tip of the cap to them.
Elliott good with a PAT, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Second half begins with a run by Smith. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Sean Williams that time in on the stop. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll cut it to the right sideline. And finally taken down at the 15. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 15.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
8, read. Hey, come on now, come on now. Switch.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try and sneak it here. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll go with the keeper. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line.
On the ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 1-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Tighten up.
Out of his end zone, Brissett. Complete. Richardson has it. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the...
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be second and goal.
Tempo, tempo, tempo.
Drop deep, drop deep. Strong right, strong right.
They'll toss it to Smith. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Here's Smith. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long fourth and goal.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now on second and 13. Hill completes it to Coleman. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. A shotgun snap for Hill. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it on 4th to Hill. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Curtis Samuel His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now Prater to add the PAT. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Check 41. Hey, let's get them home. 5.
To throw is Hill. Hard throw, incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike.
Go. General West, go.
So here we go on 4th. Hill. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Foles. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Here's Hill now after the interception. And he loses the football a 2nd time. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Hit it.
They go play fake, and it's Hill. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. No gain on the dump-off. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll go option to the short side. He may try and run for this. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Hey, Echo. Ready?
On 4th down, Hill. That one complete to Anderson. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway.
Break.
Turkey's the mark. Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
Hey, high 7.
Hill on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Elliott on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep here for Allen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Good defense holds them to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to look for Allen now. This is caught inside the 15. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And a disappointing way to close out the season. He got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit. But they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.
So that